Well, hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're way out in the field. Nah, not really. We're in my office. All right, getting ready to walk out. We're here in my house. Today's video we're going to talk about how to use focus stacking that's built into the OM-1 Mark II. All right, as you can see here, I am at home. All right, but I have set up my camera for a very difficult shot. I say that jokingly. All right, here in my driveway. All right, right here in front of the house. There, turn the camera on. So as you can see, I'm set up and we're going to photograph my wife's roses using the built-in focus stacking, set up inside the OM-1 Mark II. All right, so now, how do we do this? All right, well, one, the sun's really harsh today, so apologize for that. So hopefully we can see everything we need to see. All right, so here, all right, as I'm looking down, I don't know if you can see this or not, but we'll try to get it much as we can. Hopefully it's something you can see, but as we're looking down, we got one of the roses here. All right, so normal shot, I'm shooting at f4. All right, I got a 2-second delay shooting in manual. All right, as you can see, all right, not really too bad, not that big of a deal, but in some cases you may want to actually focus stack this to make sure you get everything in the flower and focus and everything else. This is an f4 lens. If you were shooting with something like an f2 or an f1.4, something like that, maybe an f1.2, you may need to focus stack. Well, the nice thing about the OM-1 Mark II is it has a built-in feature that allows you to do this. It's right in one of its menus. Now, the negative here is I'm shooting in RAW, but the image that it's going to compile and stack up is going to be, all right, a JPEG. Unfortunately, that's how it does it. So you'll have a combination of both, all right, the 3 shots or 4 shots or 5 shots, whatever it is you take, in your stack, all right, you'll have all those raw images so you can do it manually yourself if you like, or you can take and use what comes out of the camera. All right, so here's how we do this. All right, so hopefully again you can see this. You go to the menu button, all right, and here where you have your G&D and your ND, and your high res mode, setups, you also have focus stacking, as you can see it here. All right, so if you just click on that, all right, you can turn it on like I've just done here. Now this particular setup, I have it set for 5 images, all right, with a differential 3. All right, and you can manipulate this. You can take, I think, up to 100 images, might be more than that. All right, but this allows you, all right, to take multiple images of your subject. So here you can see we've now zoomed in on that. Now watch. So it's taking those images, it will compile them inside the camera, all right, and then it will stack them. So now this image here is the stacked image, and one of the things I saw, all right, out on the internet was a smart thing to do to make sure you know which one of these is the JPEG easily, was to take, here, let's see if I can do this. All right, inside here, you see where it says JPEG edit. If you scroll down, it says rating. See that? So you can rate it down here with a star. So now it's rated. So that way when you import it into Lightroom or whatever you work on, it'll have a star on it. So that way you know that this particular image is actually, a JPEG. Now let's look back here again at the camera. All right, so now we're looking at the JPEG image. All right, the one I've starred. But if you look here, these are going to be the other images in that sequence. All right, that you could, if you chose to, when you post-process, put them together in Lightroom or whatever you want to work in, and focus stack them yourself. I guess Photoshop would be another thing. All right, you could work in, or you could work in Luminar Neo, which I've done a couple tests with, which I'm not really super impressed with it, but it isn't terrible, that's for sure. So I may, at one of these points, think about, using that. So now, what I will do, if this image turns out, I'll put it in here so you can see it. All right, so unless you've been sleeping, not paying attention, which is something I'm good at, all right, you may have missed that there's been, some severe solar storms, taking place here creating a great opportunity to see the northern lights. Just an FYI, Friday night here was the best night for that. I missed it. And I was at my granddaughter's choir concert, which is far more important than the northern lights. I was over in Indianapolis watching her. She's only 12, and I thought it was much more important, so I went and did that. So I did on Saturday night try to go outside and try to capture, here in my backyard, images, the northern lights. And to be honest, didn't work very well for me. I tried, it just didn't work. It was, when there's too much light from the city, I guess I'm too close to the city, but two, they really weren't very visible. Nobody around here really seemed to be able to find any. But I did capture an image or two of the night sky that were at least somewhat appealing. And so I'll put one of those in here. So you can see it there, but for the most part, it ended up being a bust. I really would have liked to have captured something, but it just didn't happen. All right, so I'm going to end the video here. This is a short video. I just wanted to show how to do this. Hopefully it turned out here on the back of my screen. If not, we'll reshoot this here in my office or something so you can see it. But at the end of the day, remember, the most important thing is just to get outside, take some images, shoot what you love, enjoy the opportunity to use your camera and create some art. Most importantly, that's what we need to be doing. All right, so thanks for your time, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Greatly appreciate every one of you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for your time again. Till we see you again, stay safe.